What's up, everyone? Wanted to take a quick moment to go over some of my favorite looks into next week. Got about 23 picks here, short and quick. So first one's Abbott, tightening up really well, testing the AWOP here from the gap up, and looking overall great. I think if we break this AWOP and trend, I'll be looking at 123.50 or so. No play for me if we drop below. Next up, we got Archer Daniels, and this one's just shaping up really nicely. MACD just beginning to cross, plenty of room left, and I'll actually have a target of 61 if we're able to push above and break below, and looking to fall around 56.85. Apps, not a fan of apps. However, last week is probably the most time we've spent in a single area in a very long time. Pretty much traded between 81 and 87 all week, and even Thursday and Friday the week before. I think we have plenty of room here. Looking more controlled. I think we push above this trend line here in 87.37 area. I'll be looking to get back up to 94. Beam, I'm looking for a bounce or what appears to be a fairly simple put scenario here. Testing the AWOP and not much between 68, 71, and 60. So I actually might be aggressive on puts here if we break below towards the 60 area. Cummins is shaping up nicely. Testing the trend here, plenty of room to run. Break above, and I'll be looking at 265. One thing to note is we did have a blue raindrop on Wednesday at the bottom of this level here, so watching for a move here. DoorDash, big fan of DoorDash going into next week. Blue raindrop Thursday, huge push on Friday. Personally, I'd be aggressive here. We continue. I don't see any reason why we don't breeze on to 150. Big volume pop as well right there. So high on the list in the next week. Etsy looks really good here. Trend break, AWOP break. Probably not going to be the biggest move, but I think we could get 225 out of it. Could be a pretty simple play, but overall, as you can see, we pretty much have been chopped throughout all this area. So it might be best to wait till over 225, but if you can catch the move there, then why not? Fubo, not a fan of trading Fubo, but can't really ignore this. Huge volume traded on Friday. Might be best over 28, but once again, it's one of those scenarios where, look to bottomed out here nicely, push above over 25.61. You can see we got rejected there. Push above, and then I'll be looking at 28. Halo might be my favorite look into next week. Plenty of room to run, and looking for a trend break here. Bounced up and down inside the AWOPs all last week. Love how we dipped below and recovered. Trend break, and I'll be looking for 44.30. High on the list. Here has just been consistent, trading up in a nice channel here. Looking to push towards 30. I don't think we make it past 30 if I'm being honest, but might be a good short-term target. IIVI traded at the AWOPs all last week. I don't know what happened there. I traded at the AWOPs all last week, and one thing I do take notice of is the type of candles that we see in this area. Big movers. You got 4%, 7%, 5%. So looking for a decent push right here, if we can get there. Any break below, and I don't have any interest. Illinois Tool. I like Illinois Tool here. Nice cupish bowl thing here. Back test. Testing the trend, and we break above, and I think we're going 225 pretty easily. Not the best look, but pretty decent. JP Morgan just looks consistent. You're not going to get a huge move out of this, but got a nice base here. looking at around 3 months or so of 3 months of this right here. So I'm looking to push above, and I think we can get 160 out of that, no problem. Lulu is also high on the list, probably also a contender for my favorite look into next week. We got a trend break Friday. Nice clean trend break Friday. Looking to push towards 325. Zoom out, look at the bigger picture. One thing I do love is we have a long, look, we haven't traded here since June. So base here since June. We got the chop here in the same area. I'm actually a really big fan of that. So good place to go long, good place to catch a push in my opinion. Morgan Stanley, pretty clean cut here. Breakout, back test, and push. We can continue. I'm looking to catch 82-ish arrows here, because we did respect the 50 EMA both times here. So looking to make another push off of that. Next star, this one's just been consistent. I was a big fan of it here. Love how we tightened up, and we really broke out. Great day on Friday. Not the best volume coming in, but MACD early signs of crossing, or trying to here. Looking at a push towards 154. PLTR, this one is high on my list, high on a lot of people's list in the next week. Wanted to get in on Friday, but we got held up at the AWOP again. We've tested this level once, twice, 3 times and got held up. Did break the trend, but once again we were held up. So we push above, and I'm looking to get a move towards 26. And if you're looking to go long, I think this is a really, really good opportunity, and you should pay attention to this here. Plug, similar setup to before we broke out. I'm just kind of watching for the same type of price action. I'm not looking for this again. That was nuts. But trend break, and I'll have my sights set back on mid 37s. Plenty of room to run to. And but if we break below, no interest. Beautiful channel here, well defined, very simple, very, very simple. Pentair looking to get 63, and might be able to break a little above, but overall 63 is the target if we continue. Drop down and looking back towards 59.25. Reggie, renewable energy. This is for me, this is where we need to hold, and that's the only reason it's on the list. Obviously we have this base here, and we are just above that, so if we could avoid even dipping into that, I would be thrilled. If not, then we're more than likely heading back to the bottom. Volume shelf here, trend test, break above. I'm looking to get 69 out of it. Plenty of room to run to. So Shake Shack looks great here in my opinion. Doesn't look too out of control. Got a nice base going back to mid-January or so. Tested the trend. Can't get over this AWOP. So you could try and catch the push towards 117. I actually like it best over 117. So if we can get over 117, I'll be in. BRNT, this channel is just extremely interesting to me. I mean, you're not going to find too many this clean and well defined. So pretty obvious what I'm looking for here. Rejection, and I don't know if we're going to catch the bottom of the trend again. I might have my sights on, I don't play puts often, but I look to settle around 44.50, and have some little volume here. But push above, and I'm looking at 47.65 and beyond after that point. And those are my favorites going into next week, not based off of news or earnings or anything like that, simply based off of the setups. Feel free to reach out with any questions on Twitter, and appreciate y'all watching.